Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Azam Khan. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Downpours triggered more flooding in Sai Kung and East Kowloon, with authorities blaming soil and debris for blocking drains. Audacious robbery on Canton Road in Tsim Sha Tsui leaves watch store with $5 million of losses. Unstable weather has triggered more floods and landslides in parts of Hong Kong, with more than 100 millimeters of rain dumped in Sai Kung district in just 1 hour this morning. Authorities insisted the drains are working, but the covers are blocked by debris and fallen leaves. Janice Lowe reports.
Just 1 day after Chief Secretary Eric Chan gave his word that commuters should expect a trouble-free experience heading back to work, inclement weather wreaked havoc once again. Sudden downpours in Sai Kung district this morning brought back painful memories last Friday. The observatory said over 100 millimeters of rain fell in the region between 9 and 10 a.m. A slope near Cholam Estate in Cheung Kwan O became a waterfall, inundating the estate's podium. At one point, motorists were told a trip across Cheung Kwan O Tunnel required more than an hour, compared to 5 minutes normally. That's because the tunnel's Kowloon exit had turned into a raging river, with water gushing down from above. Things were even worse in Po Lam Road, a mountain pass. At least 2 vehicles were submerged near Ma Wu Zai village, and firefighters waded through waist-deep water to rescue passengers. At the nearby Ma Yau Tong village, a brick wall measuring 1 by 10 meters collapsed amid heavy rain. No one was injured. Villagers who only finished cleaning up from the floods last week now had to start from scratch. Some made improvised floodgates, while others removed soil from drains. The Draining Services Department said it is doing whatever it can to unblock drains.
The flooding today is mainly due to the rate of sands, leaves and debris from land area into our drainage system, which caused blockage. The Drainage Service Department has already deployed over 70 teams of emergency teams to carry out inspection and desiltings.
Meanwhile, dozens of officers from the Buildings Department rushed to a hillside villa in Clearwater Bay this afternoon. Part of the garden area had collapsed, with a scarp measuring 50 by 100 meters yesterday. 7 residents have been evacuated after the site was deemed to be under immediate danger. Janice Lowe, HKIBC.
The government said it is seeking a court warrant to enter a Tai Tam luxury mansion suspected of undergoing unauthorized building works. An investigation is underway after a slope at the coastline collapsed, endangering 3 houses of the Red Hill Peninsula. 2 of the houses have since been found with illegal structures, including a basement and a pool. But the owner of House 74 refused to cooperate, forcing the Buildings Department to obtain a warrant so officers can enter for an inspection. The Civil Engineering and Development Department is also looking into whether the unauthorized works were linked to the landslide. A manhunt is underway for up to 4 robbers who made off with $5 million worth of luxury watches from a shop in Tsim Sha Tsui. Surveillance footage showed the men, dressed in black, marching into the shop on 16 Canton Road with knives and hammers. Amid the frantic escape, they left behind a knife and some stolen goods. Witnesses recalled the men fleeing the scene in a getaway vehicle. The area was cordoned off for investigation. A staff member was taken to hospital after sustaining minor injuries to her hand. Overseas, U.S. President Joe Biden seemed to have secured another ally as he tries to counter growing Chinese influence in the Asia-Pacific region. Following his landmark visit to Hanoi, Vietnam has raised ties with Washington to the highest level, on par with Russia and China.
I don't want to contain China, sincerely. We're all better off if China does well. China does well by the international rules, grows the economy. I am sincere about getting the relationship right. And one of the things that is going on now is China's beginning to change some of the rules of the game in terms of trade and other issues. The United States is a Pacific nation, and we're not going anywhere.
Biden was given a lavish reception by Communist Party chief Nguyen Phu Trong, the country's paramount leader. While historically foes, the two countries now find the need for cooperation as Washington looks to shore up support within the Asia-Pacific region. Spanish Football Federation President Luis Rubiales has finally resigned 3 weeks after unleashing a storm by kissing player Jenny Hermoso on the lips at the World Cup. The disgraced executive made the announcement in a post on X, formerly known as Twitter. The 46-year-old had already been suspended from his duties by World Football Body, FIFA, over his conduct. The father of two now faces criminal charges as Spanish prosecutors accused Rubiales of sexual assault and coercion for kissing Hermoso without her consent. The incident sparked massive protests in Spain. Mainland shares rebounded on the back of Beijing's measures to shore up its yuan, as well as improved credit demand. But the Hong Kong market retreated to a 2-week low. Chloe Feng reports.
After falling to a 16-year low last Friday, the yuan jumped nearly 1% against the US dollar today. The rally came after financial regulators in Beijing have vowed to crack down on currency speculation. Both the Shanghai and Shenzhen markets rallied today after data suggested credit demand beat expectations in August. But across the border in Hong Kong, the benchmark Hang Seng Index fell 0.6%. The retreat followed tech giant Alibaba's announcement that its former chairman and chief executive Daniel Zhang will step down as head of its cloud division. The move came just about 2 months after Zhang said he will recede his core roles at the group to focus on the cloud unit. It also came as Joseph Tai assumed his new role as the group's chairman, while Eddie Wu started his new post as the chief executive yesterday. Wu will now oversee the cloud unit in the meantime. Zhang, meanwhile, remains as a partner of Alibaba and managed a new $1 billion technology fund he established to develop the firm's technology ecosystem. Alibaba's shares tumbled 3% as investors pondered the ramifications of Zhang's exit on the group's ongoing split-up. Consumer electronics heavyweight Xiaomi, meanwhile, dropped 1.7% on concerns of emerging competition with Huawei. Separately, real estate shares took a hit after Song Hong Kai Properties reported sluggish first-half results last week. Shares of the developer lost nearly 9.5%, while New World Development was also down 6%. Chloe Feng, HKIBC.
Now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index closed down 105 points. Top 10 active stocks, Tencent was up $2.40. AIA down $1.27. Meituan was up 70 cents. JD.com down $2.90. Forex trading against the Hong Kong dollar, the euro's at 8.40, the pound sterling at 9.80. And over in the UK, London FTSE is currently down 0.5 points. There was stiff competition for a Kai Tak residential site put up for sale by tender. That's despite the property market cooling down fast, with punitive stamp duties slumping to a 10-month low in August. Raymond Young reports.
Even as the property market cooled off in recent months, punitive stamp duties introduced over the past decade to drive away speculators remained. The Inland Revenue Department collected only $295 million of such taxes last month, down 48% from July. Buyer stamp duty, which is levied on non-local, and company purchases plunged 61% to just $89 million. Double stamp duty, which targets investors or those who already own properties, also dropped 38%. People who sell their homes within 3 years after acquiring them will be charged a special stamp duty. That also dipped to only $7.6 million last month, down 26%. Despite the gloomy sentiment, most major developers submitted bids for a residential site in Kai Tak before the tender closed at noon. The 1.35 hectare plot is expected to fetch up to $6 billion. While situated in a prime area, the site comes with strings attached. The winning developer will have to build ancillary facilities, such as a home for the mentally disabled. Raymond Yang, HKIBC.
On to the weather now. More cloudy skies and showers tomorrow. Temperatures will range between 26 and 29 degrees. Similar conditions through the midweek with a bit more sunshine. That's our main news for Monday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Azam Khan. Thanks for watching. Good night.